Hey guys, Arch here doing a quick plugins tutorial on Minigames made by Razz, more specifically on his new regions and nodes feature that he's just finished adding to his development builds. And what regions and nodes can be used for is making really creative and cool actions that are triggered under certain conditions to sort of give your minigame a bit of uniqueness to it and have a bit of fun and creativity added to it. If you watch the pirate video that's on the main page, that was done with a falling block action and a TNT explode action to create that effect. But we'll get straight into it. So you want to do is /mg set your minigame name. So mine's just called test I set up. Then type in region, and then it'll give you a list of commands to do with region. Now what you want to do is select two opposite corners, which I've got here and up there. So I'll demonstrate right now. We go region select 1, it shows a diamond block where you selected it. Go select up here for your second point, and go region select 2, and it'll show you an outline of the region you've just created. So then once you've got your region, you go region create and you name it something unique, and we'll just call it test, and we'll say successfully named. Alright, so now you want to go into your MG edit menu test, which is the minigame name. Go to the second page and click on the diamond block, which is all your regions and nodes. And here in the GUI, it'll show you all the different regions and nodes you've got ready to be configured and set up. We've just got the one, so we'll double click on that. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to set an executor. So this region's going to get executed by this way. So when we click on that, it'll give you a bunch of different options you can use to trigger this region, like block placing in there. Or if a player dies in there, it triggers the region. But we'll just do something simple like enter. So when a player enters that region, it'll trigger the actions. Now to set up the actions for the region, you double click on the executor you just created, and it opens up this action menu. If you click on this one on the left, which is actions, we'll get into conditions and all this other stuff later. But if you click on actions, and then go over to add action, you've got all these different categories you can go through and set up actions that you want to happen once this region gets triggered. So if we go to say weld actions, and we'll go to kill. So basically that means that when the player enters this region, he's going to get killed. Bit grim, but there you go. And just to double up on the actions, we'll go to weld actions again, and we'll go to place sound. Alright, so now you can go on your actions, things that you've added now. You can double click on them to see if there's any more options you can tweak and configure. So if you click on kill, there's nothing there to do. So it's just simply killing the player with no extras that you can do. Double click on your play sound to have the different options you can tweak for the play sound action. Now you can click left mouse or right mouse to cycle through all the different sounds you can play, or you can just double click on it. Open this up. Go find, say, Anvil Land, type it, and then it'll change in the menu there. Open back up, Anvil Land. Now you can either have it so it's only played to the player that enters the region, or you can have it so it's globally played so anyone that's in the vicinity will hear the sound. You can set the volume or the pitch. We'll get out of there. Get back. Alright, now we're back in the first menu in the executor section. That's where you set your actions. Now conditions are set up in the exact same way as actions, where you double click it and you add a condition. Now what this means is this region, even though you've entered the region to trigger it, it won't actually trigger unless these conditions are met. So if we go through here and we'll cycle through some of the categories, we might look at, say, player conditions, and alright, so we'll say that player has items, so we'll add that. So now this region will not trigger unless a player has a certain item. So we'll double click that to set that. And we'll leave it on stone. You can double click that and type in grass or whatever you want. If you want to do like mossy stone, you click that to go true, and you do the data value for mossy stone, which is I think is 298 or whatever it is, but we'll set that off. And that should be sweet. Also, invert means that it's going to, sounds a bit confusing, it's going to do the opposite of this. So at the moment I've got it triggering that I enter the region to kill me, and it won't work unless I have a stone in my inventory. But if I click invert, it means it won't work. It means it will work if I don't have a stone in my inventory, but I'll be protected if I'm carrying a stone. But we'll leave that off. Go back out. Now with this trigger per player, basically what it means is at the moment it's set for when a player, no matter what player enters this region, they're all going to be triggering non-stop until the game ends. But what you can do is you can set it so it's trigger per player true, and you can set how many times it triggers per player. So if I set that to 1, it means that I will die in that region once, and then if I enter that region again with a stone block, I won't die. But we'll leave that off for simplicity. Close that up. And I think that's basically what we can test it with. So we'll save it, go back out. I will do mg join test. Alright, so if I run into this region that I created, I shouldn't die, which I don't. But if I give myself a stone block, I should get killed as soon as I enter. And I do. And you heard the sound play. So that is the simplest way of showing you how these new regions work. So the best way that I can sort of suggest for playing around with regions and getting used to them is just to open up this little menu here, go into your regions, and just sort of play around with the different actions and have a look at what you can do. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. I mean, you can even just go to execute command via the console. So if you've got some fancy plugin that does something, you can do that. You can block actions, which you swap certain blocks that are in the region, or set blocks, sort of like a world edit command. Team actions, I mean, you can add score, set score, and yeah, that's basically it. So hopefully this video has helped you understand the basics of using regions and nodes. It's just really a matter of experimenting and creatively coming up with ways of using the different actions and executors to suit your own needs. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.